our slate today, we have the girls All-Star Game, and it's brought to you by Exposure Sports, the middle school All-Star Game. This is the second one. A great day put together by Mr. Demetrius Porter. Really great man. I was able to talk to him before the game and in between games, and really the vision he had for this is being met today. Big crowds, lots of excitement, and we just watched the first game as the Team Dark All-Stars won with a big margin. The All-Star MVP for that game was Michael Espinoza of Kastner Middle School, and the Kastner Middle School has a lot of players in this one as well. For Team Dark Jersey, they're coached by Jasmine Moxley, and they'll start out with two Kastner players on the floor with number 4, Araya Smith from Kastner, as well as number 25, Riley Walls. Also on the floor for Team Dark, just players from all over the valley, really. You got GSA Prep, Merced, Mendota Middle School. They're going up against Team Light, the light jersey wearing team that's coached by Emma G. And so both teams really among the best girls players in the valley, and we'll see them go head to head in this one. On the end of the floor with Team Light, you got number 0 for Team Light. That's Athena Tomlinson. She drives in, but the pass to number 12, which is part of Team Light, is unable to get it done. Now on the opposite end, that was a 3-point attempt by Saya Sadu. Now, there was another Sadu in the previous game. That was the previous game saw the boys, Sajin Sadu, number 61, really go off in the game, and I don't know if they're related at all, but Saya Sadu is in this game for Computech. She's on Team Dark. Now, after the foul, is Glacier's point. Glacier points number 43. That's Maria Austin. And Mariah Austin gets the first free throw to go. So that's how scoring gets underway here in game number 2 of this 3-game All-Star festivity, the girls All-Star game, as Mariah Austin gets the second free throw to go as well. And bringing it up the court for Team Light is Athena Tomlinson. Athena Tomlinson kicks it to the corner. Floater, no good. Second chance bucket is good. And the foul. Going to the line for one more. And that's Gabby Ramos from Rayburn Intermediate, the 7th grader. They've been looking to get her the ball often. Athena Tomlinson and Gabby Ramos comprising the backcourt for Team Light. Now with the ball is Araya Smith. Hands it off inside to Saya Sadu. Saya Sadu tried passing out. Unable to get it to go. Ramos with the steal. Ramos takes it herself in transition. Pull-up jumper. Bounces once off the rim and in. And now Team Dark with the bucket. And now on the opposite end. Blocked by Ramos. On the opposite end, that was Natalie Lemon. Or actually, that was Journey Morrison from Rayburn. As you see the replay, that block by Gabby Ramos, also from Rayburn. She's a great player for Rayburn Intermediate. And, you know, Clovis East, they've had a couple tough years in girls basketball, but if Gabby Ramos continues through that program, she will be the much-needed spark the Timberwolves need. As the steal mid-court. That was by number 5, Jennifer Alvarez from Mendota. And now on the opposite end, fast break, Brouhaha. And it is a number 4, Araya Smith from Kastner, finishing the lane. So fast break points going well for Dark Jersey early on. As Team Light Jersey now coming in, and Gabby Ramos gets the long rebound, and last touched out of bounds by Team Dark, as you see the lane at the finish of the fast break. And we've seen a lot of that in the previous game, and we might see some of that as well in this game, just with the All-Star game format of every team wanting to push the fast-paced offense. You're going to see a lot of fast breaks. I like terming it the fast break brouhaha, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen on the fast break. And here's another fast break. Stolen The foul is called after the steal from Riley Wells. Riley Walls gets the steal, is fouled, unable to get the layup, but should go to the line for 2. Riley Walls competed in the three-point contest prior to this game. And, you know, she's an inside-out scorer. She can shoot it from the perimeter, but she can also pull up from the mid-range area and finish at the rim. So Riley Walls, one of the Kastner players playing for Team Dark and someone to watch for in this one. And the follow-up is good by Riley Walls. She missed her layup, but she follows it up with the lay-in. She missed the free throw. And now on the other side of the floor, there is a foul called. It still stays with Team Light. Down the court pass to Rio Vista's number 1. That's Kaitana Ross. Now on the other end, here's Team Dark. Off balance jumper, no good. Rebound, Kaitana Ross. Ross is a fast player. She can put you on skates in a hurry. Jumper, no good. Blocked with 2 hands by Riley Walls. There she is again. And we saw that with that play where she missed the free throw and got the lay-in. And with this block as well, she can really just show her athleticism in a hurry. Fast, quick, tall, strong. She's exactly what Craig Campbell wants when it comes to a Clovis West Golden Eagle. And she's in that feeder program. And in 7th grade, she still has a little bit more to develop, but you like what you see in terms of potential with Riley Walls. Now at the free throw line, shooting a couple for Team Light, is Juliet Cordova. She's also from Kastner. Corner 3 is good. That's money in the bank. And that was shot by number... That was shot on the corner by number 30 of Team Light. You look at the replay of that three-point bucket. And now on the other end, Team Light gets a couple of free throws to go here. First free throw is good. Shooting the free throws for Team Light. There's number 22, Sadia Haynes, Rio Vista. So actually, here's Team Dark. Rio Vista has a couple players playing on Team Light and a couple players playing on Team Dark. So Rio Vista All-Stars, you have a good chunk of them. They're really representing here well on both sides of the ball. And dribbling around now, the perimeter. Double team in order. 3-point shot from the top of the key is off. Rebound by Haynes. Haynes will take it herself in transition. Haynes with no regard for the defender. She bullies her way into the paint and draws the foul. She goes to the line for a pair. And here's Sadia Haynes back to the line for a couple. And you see the mask she's wearing, if you can see it. She's trying to protect her face, obviously, from a potential injury or maybe from getting re-injured, as she makes the second. And now Team Dark has a 10-8 lead with 15:20 remaining in this one. Turnaround jumper by number 23, looked like MJ there. Second chance bucket is no good. Still fight for the ball. And Team Lights, number 53, that's Taylor McLennan from Glacier Point. She fought for the boards there, had a second chance, point opportunity, but instead goes to the line after drawing the foul. McClellan misses the first. Checking in now is number 0, Athena Tomlinson for Team Light. And she has proved herself during the season to be a really great player. A lot of people are calling her, the next big thing for Clovis West basketball. She's an 8th grader, so she will play for Clovis West potentially as soon as next year. And if you've heard her name a lot, it's because the Kastner girls recently went through an undefeated season in terms of league play, undefeated league, and you love to see that if you're a Clovis West fan, because you just know the feeder program that Clovis West has down there with Craig Campbell. They've done a very good job. Campbell's won 7 straight Valley championships with that. As the steal is in by Gabby Ramos, and Ramos gives it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson, crossover move. She's at the top of the key. Tomlinson tries to crossover again, and instead she kicks it off her own foot. Here comes number 4 for Team Light. That was Kerman's number 4, Natalie Lemon. And the foul is called. It's still staying with Team Dark. Team Dark's Natalie Lemon now has the ball. Pump fake at the top of the key. Inside the paint. Travel called on Mendoza's number 11, Bethany Oliva. And it still stays 10-9. Dark leads. Team Dark leading Team Light 10-9 here with 13 minutes remaining in the first half. Athena Tomlinson's pass is off. Out of bounds. Turnover. Going back the other way. Stolen and going the other way. 3-point shot by Gabby Ramos is no good. And the crowd is trying to get bigger and bigger, and you know that. What you're watching right now is the future of girls basketball in the Central Valley, especially with players like Athena Tomlinson, Sadia Haynes, Riley Walls. These players I've talked about, these are players that can definitely make it to the next level. And right now we're seeing a close game. Natalie Lemon goes up for a jumper, is fouled. She'll go to the line for a couple. Lemon from Kerman Middle School. She is the only Kerman Middle School player currently in this game, and she's representing them well, being able to get to the line consistently and just being aggressive with the basketball. And here she'll attempt her first free throw. And misses the first end of a 1-and-1. Here's Athena Tomlinson in the fast break. Athena Tomlinson with the Euro step, and it rolls around in. That's drainage for Tomlinson. And she is able to get in the paint so fast in the blink of eye. She has a lane for Team Light. Here's Team Dark on the other end. Sadia Haynes pulls up a 3, and that 3 is no good. Athena Tomlinson loses the ball out of bounds. Still stays with Team Dark on their end of the floor. Team Dark up tied 11-11 now with Team Light. Here's Saya Sadhu. Saya Sadhu takes it to the corner. 3-point shot is good. That's by number 31 for Team Dark. Tina Tomlinson now tries a pull-up jumper. That's no good. Haynes with the rebound. Haynes kicks it in transition now. Down the court, pass to Sadhu. Sadhu under the backboard. Misses the lay-in. Second chance bucket is no good either. And now on the other end goes Journey Morrison from Rayburn. She brings it in transition. Now kicked it inside. Lay-in. No good. Thea Tomlinson gets the board. Tomlinson puts up a second chance bucket. That's no good. And they'll call a foul. And they'll have mass substitution here on the floor. Both teams swapping out their players. So different players on different teams. Players from the same team on different teams. Gets a little hard to figure out who's who, so stick with me here, folks. Ball drived in. Stolen. Inside pass number 31 for Team Dark, and that's good. And she's had some points, 5 points already in the last couple of minutes here. She hit the 3 earlier, and now she gets the lay-in. Pull-up jumper. That's no good. On the other end, Saya Sadhu. Every time she has the ball in her hand, she's a threat to score it. 3 from the top of the key. That's cash money right there. And that's what Team Dark needs to have if they want to try and get separation. Right now, they do have separation. They're on a 5-0 run, 16-11. They lead. And just like that on the other end, Rio Vista answers. Team Lights, number 1. That's Katana Ross with the lane on the other end. Now for Team Dark. Saya Sadhu on Katana Ross. Cannot get her bucket to go. Fights for the rebound. And what a brutal force. On the other end. Here comes Team Dark. Haynes looking for somebody, anybody. Haynes takes it herself into the paint. Decides to pass out instead. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Katana Ross. Inside the paint. Pull-up jumper by Team Light number 11, Carly Greer of Rio Vista. Let's look at the replay of that great pull-up jumper. She doesn't have a number on her jersey, so it's a little hard to identify her. But she's a brutal force. Able to score the basketball, rebound it well, and steal it. Really plays both ends of the ball extremely proficiently. And, you know, this is a great event put together by Mr. Demetrius Porter. I mentioned that multiple times, but one more time, you know, the crowd just keeps getting bigger and bigger here at Hoover High School, and I know they're anticipating the Elite Boys All-Star Game coming up at 6 p.m. between the best of the best in terms of boys basketball, middle school-wise, in the Central Valley. As on this end of the floor, here's Araya Smith. Smith dribbles around. What a move by Araya Smith, and she doesn't finish, but she put quite the move on the defender there. On the opposite end, Team Light can't get the bucket to go. On the fast break, all contact. No foul called. On the other end, here comes Katana Ross. Katana Ross, pass in fast break transition. Jumper no good by Carly Greer. Katana Ross takes a 3 herself in the corner, and that is good. Carly Greer missed the bucket, but the rebound went to Katana Ross, and Ross took that and made a 3 with it. Now Ross gets the rebound on the other end. Katana Ross is everywhere right now for Team Light. Carly Greer now dribbling. She has to do on her. Pulls up from 3 off the side of the backboard. Now in transition. Tries to drive into the paint, but that's a foul called on her. And, you know, if you're able to draw fouls like that when you get into the paint, you know you're making business. As you look at the replay of that 3-point shot. And, you know, the three-pointer has been big for both teams in terms of just trying to get edge in this game, because offensively, both squads are not being able to score in the paint as much as they would like. It's a low-scoring game considering the last game we saw, which hit into the 80s for one team. So 23-16 is the lead. 24-16 now for Team Dark, as they lead with just under 5 minutes remaining in this game. Sorry. Here's Athena Tomlinson. Athena Tomlinson pulls up for three, and that's good. You're starting to see why people are calling her the next Clovis West superstar. Here's Araya Smith. Araya Smith from Kastner as well does her layup at the other end, and you see Kastner team is going at it. Araya Smith against Athena Tomlinson. Tomlinson tries shooting a three. That's just a bit off. Now here's Riley Walls. Walls kicks it to number 3 for the Dark team in transition. And a pass inside. And a pass inside for Team Dark. That's Faith Curry. So Faith Curry of GSA Prep is that player that's dominating the play on both ends of the floor. And you see the three from Athena Tomlinson. Tomlinson shooting the three really well in this game, and she's from the free throw line right now. She hits the first one. Lots of fans here at Hoover High School. As you see the other end, the finish by Araya Smith. Three by Riley Walls, that's short. Fight for the rebound, goes to Faith Curry. Faith Curry with the one-handed jumper, that's in and out. And Athena Tomlinson fights and strips for the rebound. Athena Tomlinson now taking the full length of the court and finishes at the other end with a lay-in. Athena Tomlinson's turning it on late in this first half. Araya Smith is trying to answer, and that was a loud foul. And Athena Tomlinson smiles, but Araya Smith's not smiling, and now Smith is. Athena Tomlinson, you saw the competitor get the better of her right there. A hard foul. And everyone in the gym heard that. Here's Araya Smith with a free throw. Misses the first. Let's look at that foul. If you can hear the audio with this replay, well, you'd hear it be really loud. And Athena Tomlinson smiled and kind of chuckled after that, but Araya Smith wasn't in a joking mood, especially now that she missed both free throws. Gabby Ramos. And that's another hard foul on the other end by Faith Curry. This defense is starting to step up for both squads. And Faith Curry, number 0 for GSA Prep. She's dressed in all black. She doesn't have a jersey number on, but we've deduced that she is Faith Curry from GSA Prep, and she's made her presence known just through her, her paint presence in terms of scoring off the post, off rebounds. And you just saw right there her ability to force opponents to earn it at this charity stripe. And Ramos is unable to get the second free throw to go. Curry, outlet pass to Araya Smith. Smith pulls up from 3. Long rebound. Going the other way with Team Light. Team Light inside pass. Lay-in is good. Another Clovis West product. She's wearing Clovis West practice jersey with Kastner shorts, and Clovis West and Craig Campbell have their footprint all over this game today. Araya Smith, crafty move, unable to get it to go. Faith Curry misses her first chance, gets a second chance, and puts it in. Faith Curry has done that a lot today. Thomas has Araya Smith on her. Gabby Ramos pulls up from 3. That's no good, just a little off. Under a minute remaining in this first half, 30-25, Team Dark leads. Araya Smith kicks it to Curry. Curry, just inside the three-point line, is an air ball. Steal by Araya Smith. Came out of nowhere. And picked the pocket of Team Light with that lay-in. Extends the lead to 32-25. 30 seconds remaining in this one. Athena Tomlinson pulls up from 3. Bounces in and out. And look at the replay of just Araya Smith's finish. But really what made that play so remarkable was the steal that Smith got. Came out of nowhere. Tomlinson now on the other end. Tries an off-balance J, and that is no good. Smith pulls up from 3. That is money in the bank. And that is how the first half will end. Araya Smith with 5 points in the final minute is able to push the lead for Team Dark to 35-25. We'll have halftime. You're watching NorCal Sports TV. Team Dark up 35-25 in the girls All-Star game.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches. Contact us today. Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches. Contact us today.
And welcome back to Hoover High School for this second half of the girls All-Star game. Brought to you by Exposure Sports, the middle school All-Star game here at Hoover High. And the crowds are starting to get filled. The stands are being filled up with fans, and you know, you love to see high school sports like this, but when it's the middle school level, something about it seems a little bit more meaningful because you know this is the future, you know. This is like looking to the future and seeing the future stars. And so let me give you the names for both stars. We got it squared away with the great George Takata. I was able to talk to him at halftime, and he gave me, he's the PA for this event, and so he was able to give me the accurate rosters. So Natalie Lemon is playing for Team Dark from Kerman High School. Faith Curry is wearing not a jersey number, but just a black T-shirt for GSA. Pepper Rice Smith is number 4. She's Kastner. We'll separate her from Natalie Lemon. Sadia Hayes from Rio Vista is playing for Team Dark. Sienna Evans, number 31. She scored a couple points in the first half. Sayed Sadhu for Combitech, number 23. Riley Walls, number 25 from Kastner. Kylie Benson, number 10 from Kastner. Mariah Austin, number 43 from Glacier Point. Soraya Potts from Awani, number 44. Isabel Mendez, Jefferson Academy, number 3. Bethany Oliva, number 11 from Mendota. And Natalie Luna, number 2 from John Muir Middle School. Those are all playing for Team Dark. As for Team Light, it's Athena Tomlinson. We've said her name a lot because she has been a great player. First half, she scored 5 points in the final 30 minutes. So Athena Tomlinson's the big reason why Team Light is currently just keeping this game in their favor. Journey Morrison from Rayburn, number 4. Keegan Maderos is not wearing a jersey number. She's just wearing a gold jersey. Play resumes. Rebound by Curry. Continuing on, Katina Ross, number 1 for Rio Vista. Carly Greer, number 11. Haley Ranel wearing a USA uniform. Alexa Bennett, number 41. Aubrey Gutierrez, number 3. Jennifer Alvarez, number 5. Gabby Ramos, number 12. Taylor McClellan, number 53. Riley Rue, number 23. And Juliet Cordova is wearing a white T-shirt for Team Light. So now on the other end, as we get back to action, Araya Smith misses a lay-in, but the second chance bucket is good by Riley Walls. And on the other end, ball stripped by none other than Sienna Evans from Merced. Evans kicks it to Curry. Curry dribbles once, pulls up for 3. That's no good. Rebound. Still stays with Team Dark. Riley Walls now drives into the paint. Walls tries to get the bucket to go, but she will go to the line for 2 shots. And you see the steal by Araya Smith in transition, and you just see her length and you can call it leapability, just her ability to extend and just her explosiveness for Araya Smith, and that's something you love to see from a guard from Kastner. That's something you typically see, those fast guards. You have it now with Nikki Tom and Aaliyah Sewell with Clovis West. Now ball going back the other way with Team Light. Team Light. They have Taylor McClellan inside. McClellan is unable to get a shot to go. And now bringing it at the other end is Sienna Evans from Merced. Sienna Evans. Spin move inside. Cannot finish. Down the other end. Carly Greer. Greer bullies her way inside, but shots off balance. Now the fast break. Riley Walls almost lost it. And goes the other way now. Inside, USA jersey, that's Haley Rangel. Rangel now has it. Mid-range area. She's double-teamed. Rangel in a fight for it against Isabel Mendez. And it'll be a jump ball. Still stays with Team Light. Haley Rangel wearing a USA T-shirt along with her Kastner pants. She's inbounding the ball right now. And they'll call it a 5-second violation. Was not able to inbound the ball in time. Rangel turns the ball over. 24-minute halves. We have 20:40 left in the second half as Faith Curry knocks down the jumper. Team Dark leading this one, 42-25. And despite Athena Tomlinson really going off late in the first half, you know, Tomlinson, she did her best to keep this one in Team Light's favor and keeping it close, but when he has shots like that from Sienna Evans from downtown, and Tomlinson's on the floor right now for Team Light, you know, Tomlinson, she's a great player, but her team is down big already, down 20 here in the second half. And now Tomlinson will check in on cue for Team Light. See the replay of the great post move in the paint and then the three from Sienna Evans. And the post move was to clear room, and when that didn't work, well, Sienna Evans was wide open and she knocked down the triple. Here's Tomlinson to the corner. 3-point shot, no good. A long rebound by Aubrey Gutierrez. Gutierrez gives it to her teammate. That is Gabby Ramos. And her Team Light teammate, Gabby Ramos, finishes at the rim. Now on the other end, Saya Sadhu with the 2-point layup. And the step back jumper fight. Thea Tomlinson is good. And Tomlinson shot a lot of those great shots. With her athleticism and her agility, she's able to have the crossover move lead to that layup. But as long as shots like that go down for Team Dark, then Tomlinson's efforts are for naught as Sadhu knocks down the triple. But something tells me Tomlinson doesn't care. Something tells me Tomlinson is going to keep on scoring the basketball and keep the pressure on Team Dark. And it's hard to say you have pressure being up 18, but that's what Tomlinson brings. And there's the off-balance jumpers, good by Soraya Potts of Awani. That three's no good. Rebound by Gabby Ramos. Fight for the board between her and Natalie Lemon, and Ramos create a jump ball. It still stays with Team Light. Team Light down 32-52 with 18 minutes remaining in regulation. Off the foot of Tomlinson, goes the other way. Sadhu brings it up the court. Trying to protect this 52-32 lead that Team Dark has. Shot no good. Rebound Tomlinson. She brings it up the other way. Floater alert, no good. Sadhu is fouled trying to get out of the backcourt, and they'll draw the foul, and that will still lead to Team Dark having the ball. So Team Dark keeping possession. Sadhu drives into the paint. Jumper no good. Gobal going back the other way. After this game, we'll have at 6 p.m. the Elite Boys Central Valley Middle School All-Star Game, brought to you by Exposure Sports. And that'll be something to see. We had the Boys All-Star Game before this, but this one is the Elite Boys All-Star Game. So we'll see probably a little bit more talent than you saw in the game prior to this one. And that's probably why the crowd is starting to increase and the stands are starting to get filled. Everyone anticipating this great match is coming up at 6 p.m. But right now, we have the girls' all-star game as Gabby Ramos sinks a jumper, rattles around the rim and in. And she cuts into this lead for Team Dark. Team Dark up 52-34. And look at the jumper by Gabby Ramos, and it rattles around and in. And when you're a good shooter, you get that shooter's touch. Now here at the line after the foul was called is Natalie Lamone of Kerman Middle School. She's the only Kerman Middle School player here at the girls' all-star game. And Mr. Porter, when he organized this, reached far. She is the only Kerman player at this entire All-Star game, but no stone was left unturned when it came to choosing the best of the best middle schoolers in the Central Valley. Lamont sinks a second. So she goes 1 of 2 at the line, and she exits the game now. Dina Tomlinson put a move on her teammate Ariah Smith, unable to finish with the jumper. Fight for the rebound, recovered by Jennifer Alvarez from Mendota Middle School. Now on the other end is Riley Walls. You've heard her name a bunch today. She is consistently scoring, and she will go to the line to finish the three-point play. Or actually, no foul was called. The referee decided no foul was on that play, and actually it was a mass substitution instead. So Walls gets the bucket now on the other end. Team Light. Haley Rangel now with the ball. Has teammate Walls on her. Rangel has a shot blocked by Walls, but the foul is called instead. Rangel will go to the line for 2. 2 shots now for Haley Rangel. Sinks the first. Second shot's good as well. Ariah Smith brings it up the court. Smith drives around, kicks it out to Walls. Walls 3 is money in the bank. Now on the other end is Team Light. Julia Cordova with the ball. Cordova, inside pass, swings it to Rangel. Rangel kicks it out. Ball's loose. Back to Rangel. Rangel shoots a 3. That's too much. Ball stays with Team Light, and that is Kitana Ross from Rio Vista seeking the jump shot. 3-point shot in the corner for Walls. That's no good. And here's Katana Ross shooting it from deep mid-range area. And that is her shot. She can shoot it from up close or from that mid-range area. She really is a dangerous scorer for Rio Vista. And Rio Vista has a lot of representation in this game. You have Rio Vista with Katana Ross, Carly Greer. And on the other team, for Team Dark, you also have Sadia Haynes. So teammates playing against each other in this one, similar to what Kastner's doing. As Ross now brings it up the court, pass for the 3-point shot, no good. Falls to her knees, and it was called a travel. That is on Bethany Olivia of Mendota Middle School. Three-point shot is foul called. That was an air ball, but it was a foul on the shot, so 3 free throws in line. Here comes number 30 for Team Light. This is the first one. Second free throw is good. So here now you see 11:10 remaining. The clock's running here. So 11 minutes of game time is actually 11 minutes of real time. And the score suddenly is 55-47. So we've seen a large run here by Team Light. 15-3 run for Team Light, but the foul is called on the other end. And Team Dark will have a chance to go to the line for 2. Araya Smith shooting those free throws. First one is good. And entering the game now for Team Dark is Faith Curry. She's had herself quite the game, and Coach Jasmine Moxley, leading Team Dark, is trying to put in Curry to try and set a tone for Team Dark to try and stop the bleeding here in this run. Araya Smith made the first free throw, misses the second here. Rebound stays with Team Dark, but it's thrown out of bounds by Glacier Point's Taylor McLennan. Or rather, Mariah Austin of Glacier Point. Now leaving Athena Tomlinson. Tries the pass. Pass is intercepted by Faith Curry. Faith Curry now in transition. Down the court. Fast to Mariah Austin. Austin fighting for room. Is fouled. Should go to the line for 2. And now here's Austin at the line. First free throw is off. And the walls on the court here say Hoover Pride, and really you just got to think about what Hoover High School basketball has become. And one of the big leaders in this day today in this games is Coach Archie. In his first year with Hoover High School, he's actually close friends with Demetrius Porter, the organizer of this, and talked to Archie, and he's running around doing stuff, running around trying and setting up drinks and foods and rosters and trying to see what every player is going to wear and how to identify them. And got to give Coach Archie credit. They've done an admirable job setting this up for the first time ever, first annual All-Star game. It's still a close game, a 9-point game with under 10 minutes remaining, 8:30 on the clock to be exact. And, you know, you got to think if your team light, you're almost there. You're halfway there, if anything. You were down 20 earlier, now you're down 9. You got to score on possessions like this. Tina Tomlinson needs to take charge here for the Light All-Stars. Tina Tomlinson does take a jumper, and that's a little bit too much. Faith Curry now in transition. She'll take it herself. She can ball handle. Curry takes herself into the paint, misses it. Down goes the other end. Too much control, too much speed, and it goes out of bounds. Still sticks with Team Light. It was knocked off after a Dark defender. And Athena Tomlinson from 3. It's a 6-point game, folks. We got a game.
6-point game.
Here's Cyrus Sadu, throws up a lob inside of Curry. Curry is able to catch it and flexes her muscles. And, you know, I would do that too if I was able to rise up and get a lay-in like that. Curry is a great physical player. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. There's that 3-point shot by Miss Athena Tomlinson. And Tomlinson, she shot the 3 well all game, and she's the reason, part of the reason why the Light All-Stars have come back in this one. Still some ways to go. 58-50 with 7 minutes remaining in this one. 6:50 remaining in this game as mass substitutions are coming in. And we'll see new players on the court, but Athena Thompson will stay. She's wearing her Chaos jersey, and she's wrecking chaos on Team Dark all game. And now the ball goes the other way. Clock's still running, and, you know, in a game like this where you can't stop the clock, if you're Team Dark, you got to think about slowing down your possessions and trying to get a high-quality shot. That's an off-balance jumper right there. That's no good. Down the fast break. Great pass down court. Found number 6 for Team Light. Unable to get it to go, though. Number 5, Jennifer Alvarez there. Caught the pass, unable to finish with the layup. And now here comes, on the other end, Haynes from Rio Vista. Haynes bullies her way inside the paint. Cannot get the off-balance Jay to go, but she is fouled. And that'll be a blocking foul. No free throws involved here. .58-50. The clock keeps ticking. And they will switch it actually to a shooting foul now. After discussion with the refs, they'll reclassify it as a shooting foul in the active motion of shooting. So we'll have free throws from Haynes to try and make this a double-digit game. Here's Haynes with the first free throw. No good. The 1-and-1 fails for Team Dark as Team Light regains the rebound, but there's a fight for the ball on the opposite end of the court. And it's going to be a jump ball, still stays with Team Light. And now the fast break is on the other end. Pump fake, misses her shot, goes up for the second chance bucket. That's no good, but she's fouled. She'll shoot 2 at the line instead. Now 2 shots at the free throw line. First one is no good. Here's a second free throw, trying to cut into this lead at the cherry stripe. That one is good. 7-point game now, but the clock is not on their side. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining in this one. The Light All-Stars need some stops. And that miss by Team Dark and Team Light now on the other end. Gabby Ramos drives inside, passes inside to Glacier points, number 55, Taylor McClellan. And Gabby Ramos with the assist. It's a 5-point game. Here's Raya Smith. Raya Smith tries an inside pass, bounces off Ramos' foot. Shot on the baseline by Haynes. And Gabby Ramos corrals it and brings it down the other end. Ramos tries fighting her way to the basket. She's fouled, but she'll go to the free throw line for a pair. As you see, the last bucket made by Team Light was that. Great awareness by number 53 of the Huskies, Miss Taylor McClellan. Finding space, finding room, open for the pass, and most important part is finishing it. You don't want to smoke that layup. This is the first free throw. Gabby Ramos, and she's had a great game today, but it really comes down to this for Team Light. You got to make these free throws to give yourself a chance. With the running clock, it's already counting down despite the stoppage in the gameplay. 58-54. The clock ticks down around 2:05 now as we continue to play the last minutes of this game. Miss jumper. And the ball out of bounds as more mass substitutions come in for Team Light. Tomlinson enters the court, and this is good news if you're cheering on Team Light because Tomlinson has been on fire from the opening tip. And if Coach Campbell is having Tomlinson on the team next year, well, he has to be happy with what he sees today. Tomlinson inside pass to Ramos. Ramos gives it back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson tries a one-handed jumper. That's no good. Ariah Smith comes up with it. Smith on the breakaway. Has Tomlinson close on her. They're playing competitively. Both of them want to win this game badly. Nice pass inside. Fight for the layup is no good. That was a miss on the other end by Team Dark. Tomlinson now. Euro step is fouled. And Team Dark had a chance to come away with a bucket there to try and seal this game. But the miss close up by number 44, Soraya Potsavawani. She missed it twice on the other end. Tomlinson brings it up the court and draws the foul. She makes the first one. Makes it a 4-point game. The clock has stopped now, 1:29. They're going to give the Light All-Stars a chance. So now the clock stoppages are going to happen. They're going to see both teams now in crunch time, and the charge is called on Soraya Potts. Tomlinson draws the charge, and Soraya Potts once again comes away frustrated by performance on the opposite end. And Tomlinson, a single possession game, she has a chance to hit a three and tie it. Crossover move on Araya Smith. Pass out to Gabby Ramos. Ramos misses the three. That would have been huge if she sunk that. Soraya Potts now pulls up from three. Misses it. Rebound by Curry. It's up and in. Big bucket right there by Curry. She's looking like the player of the game. Three by Tomlinson. Air ball. Rangel tries and save it. It is off the foot of Ramos. Out of bounds. Team Dark ball. An unfortunate turn of events for Team Light. Air ball by Tomlinson and the ball off the foot of Ramos. And all Team Dark needs to do is be smart, be conservative. Don't turn the ball over, and up 5 with 37 seconds remaining. They might come away with the win. What a close call this has been. And a steal. A steal by number 1 of Rio Vista, Katana Ross. And she's called for the travel. And that's a tough call. Ross had a chance to make this once again a 3-point game, but the travel called on Ross, and that might just do it. Araya Smith dribbling down the court. Stolen again by Tomlinson. Tomlinson not giving up. Back to Ross. Ross was on the perimeter. Decides to pass inside. Missed by Ramos. Araya Smith gains the rebound. 9 ticks remaining. And they'll dribble the clock out on this one. Ross gets away with a steal. Rangel heaves a half-court shot. Falls short. And Team Dark wins the girls middle school all-star game. It was a close call. They were up 52-32. But a big second half run by Team Light made this a close one. A great game to watch, great game to call. We're going to have the player of the game coming up soon. Stay tuned. You're watching NorCal Sports TV. Game player of the game. Congratulations, Faith. Now, what do you think you did best in this All-Star game?
I think I communicated really well with my team, especially on defense, to stop passes, stop ball screens, and I would say on offense, getting my players open.
Now, when you went on the floor, the team looked entirely different. You were a physical presence on the floor. What do you contribute that to?
Sorry, what?
You were a physical presence on the floor. What do you contribute that to?
I don't know. I would just say my energy. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your great performance here. A lot of the fans enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it myself. So, thank you, Faith. Your girls All-Star Game player of the game. We'll be back with the Elite Boys All-Star Game coming up soon on NorCal Sports TV.